morning. Welcome to After GMS. Today is Monday, August 17th. Got a lot of energy today because I feel the students and the teachers need it. Yes, it is the first day of school for most Triad school districts. We'll be talking about that in just a little bit. But first, let me introduce you to everyone. I'm Tracy McCain here in the studio. Stacey Spivey and Megan Malaris are both working from home, and Ed Matthews has the forecast from the Weather Garden. So no umbrella. We'll check that off of our list. And it's like the perfect summertime pattern. The afternoon storms are very limited this afternoon.
Oh, yes, indeed. Down to a 20% chance for today and tomorrow. Now, earlier on the Good Morning Show, we had a few spritz and sprinkles over Yadkin County and also for Forsyth County. So there may be a drop or two on the wind chill early this morning. We got some extra clouds moving across Greensboro right now. But overall, a dry day for today and for Tuesday. Again, the shower chance not zero, but only 20% chance for today and tomorrow. We're looking at high temperatures up about 84 today, 86 tomorrow. Now, as we move into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a little frontal system will move into the region, and it looks as though it's going to stall out right over the area and kind of hang out for a few days. Moisture is going to pool around that front, and the bottom line, the chance of those afternoon showers and storms will be on the increase, up to about a 50% chance for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But the good news here on the 7-day, yeah, we keep the 90-degree heat away for the most part this week. We're looking at high temperatures in the mid-80s.
Mid-80s says better than low 90s, and I'll take it. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first conversation, which is the first day of school, and we can all agree it's an untraditional start to the school year. Many Triad students learning remotely, others are headed back to class, but with safety measures in place. So this morning we want to know, how are you and your family feeling about school? Here's what some of you are saying. Nikisha Lawson says, prepared, let's go. Eloise Garner says, I don't have any children in school. I am praying that all goes well this school year. Shamia Penix Cobb says, my son is starting kindergarten today. He is very excited. Lynn Carter Warren writes, my daughter will be teaching for the first time this year. Very scary, but so proud of her. This is all she ever wanted to do. Go Brittany Warren. Mom and Dad are so proud. Love that. And you know, it's not just the first day of school for students, it's also the first day for staff and teachers as well. So everyone might be feeling a little bit nervous, maybe excited for the first day. So we want to know, how are you feeling about the first day of school? It was always an exciting time for me, as probably for all of you, but it's just a little different this year, Stace.
Yeah, it definitely is different. Sorry, are you talking to me or Megan?
I mentioned you first, Stacey, but it's up to anybody, you know. It's a free and open discussion, but yeah, I did mention your name, Stacey.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought I heard Megan starting to talk, so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't talking over anyone. And you know, sometimes with us being live from home, things just happen like this, but that is how we are dealing with it. And I'm sure it's going to be, you know, technology complications like this that kids are probably going to experience today. But thankfully, a lot of the school districts have resources in place. You know, this morning I was looking at Guilford County Schools. Their website has all these tools that people can go on there and use, and it's so easy to find. Actually, if you just go to our News 2 app, you go to the Back to School section and just click on it and hit GCS, and it'll take you right there to everything you need to know this morning.
All right, thanks for walking us through that. All right, Megan, you're up. How, you know, if you asked this question on your Facebook page, you know, what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, I'm hearing that most people feel excited about it. I shared one viewer's comment earlier. He posted a picture of his daughter who looked like she was ready to start the school year remotely. She had her little desk and chair set up at home with her laptop in place. She had her reading materials out, and she was ready to get started with this new normal. I think a lot of this school year is going to depend on attitude, and how the parents are feeling, how the teachers are feeling is going to reflect on the students, and it's going to affect their mood and their approach to this coming school year. So I'm sure it's especially difficult to start, say, kindergarten, for example, or start middle school or start high school, start some kind of a new experience outside of the classroom. But it seems like the majority of students are doing the same thing. So know that you're not alone if you're going through this. Parents, you're not alone either. There are plenty of resources out there for you. And I just hope everybody starts this school year on a good note. You know, the tone for this first day can really set the pace for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. And Megan mentioned attitude. Ed Matthews, you have a great attitude, a big smile.
Well, and you know, I think Megan is right on target. You got to have a can-do attitude. Sure, there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of stress. There's going to be a lot of learning as we start the school year. But everybody hang in there and hang tight and have a can-do attitude. And I think everybody will get through it. And as we go through, hopefully the next several weeks, things will kind of fall in place, if you will. And I want to congratulate not only the parents, but the teachers and the students. The teachers, you know, have worked so very hard to adapt to these major changes that are coming about in the new school year. And I think everything's going to be okay. And from what I'm hearing from people that I know that have school children, I think the kids are ready to get back into it, and that's good to hear.
Yeah, I can always admire the resiliency of students. They are children. They kind of like take something and keep moving. They recover better than adults, I think, sometimes. And maybe because it's just their, you know, naivety. They don't really understand what's happening, some of them. And they just kind of take whatever they're given and they're like, okay, you know, we'll just move on. So I admire that with children. You know, they have that, not only that can-do attitude, but they're like, you know, we'll just move on and see what happens. And, you know, if all of us could be like that, maybe this world would be a little bit different, or we could be in a lot worse of a situation. Who knows? But we did hear from at least one person, Don Williamson, who said he feels nervous, excited, flustered, depressed, trying to figure out breakfast. And I replied, well, breakfast is so important, as are your emotions. So take care of your belly and your mind today. All right, Megan, let's get to your morning headlines.
All right, yeah, keep weighing in on this while we get to this story. Due to COVID-19, of course, students with some of our Triad's larger districts, Guilford County, for example, are starting the school year remotely for at least the first 9 weeks. And they'll be participating in this new normal. So WFMY News 2's Candace Redd is giving you a look at what students can expect this first quarter.
Guilford County Schools is following Plan C. That's remote learning only. Well, depending on public health data and trends, students will be able to return to the classroom for in-person learning no sooner than October 20th. Well, the school district's goal is to serve the most students for the greatest amount of time possible while keeping students and staff healthy and safe. During the first 3 weeks of remote learning, students will have pre-recorded content and activities. Well, teachers will spend 2 hours daily meeting with students in small groups, individually, or holding short live interactions. And starting today, each school will contact parents to schedule an orientation session. During the session, teachers will make sure students can access and navigate all online learning systems, tools, and resources. They'll also make sure students and parents understand the health protocols that will be in place when schools reopen for in-person instruction.
As teachers begin to reach out and welcome students to the 2021 school year, that would be a great time to mention how to set up those tutoring services and any extra support that students might need. So during those orientation sessions at the beginning of the year would be a great time to get on the same page with your child's teacher and get those scheduled as part of the remote learning.
As part of the remote learning experience, teachers will provide feedback and grades on submitted assignments. They'll also start live online instruction, virtual small group sessions, and individual check-ins with students after Labor Day, that exact date being Tuesday, September 8th. But for more details on this, all you have to do is visit our website, WFMYnews2.com.
Davidson and Randolph County Schools are two of the few districts in the Triad where students will start the year in the classroom. Randolph County Schools chose to move forward with Plan B, a mix of in-person and remote learning on alternating days. Students have been divided into two groups, the Group A in class Mondays and Tuesdays, Group B on Thursdays and Fridays. Wednesdays are cleaning days in between groups. Some parents say they're ready and excited to have children back at school. Others feel differently. Of course, being back at school means more safety measures, including temperature checks, masks, and additional form requirements families fill out when students are not feeling well or come in contact with someone with the virus. If a child does have COVID-19 symptoms, he or she will enter a quarantine room at school before being sent home. Winston-Salem Parks and Recs is extending its day camps at 9 recreation centers. As students resume schoolwork today, a Triad Rec Center is offering help. So starting today, students can take remote learning classes in these facilities. They'll be able to use Wi-Fi and participate in after-school activities. The day camps run from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Camps cost $25 and students must bring their own devices and lunches. Well, all these changes with the school year are happening, of course, because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. We're closely monitoring the numbers and the data trends, and we're seeing some encouraging signs that we might be stopping the spread of this virus in North Carolina. We're continuing to see a steady and stable drop in the number of lab-confirmed cases. Right now, the total since the pandemic started stands at more than 144,000 statewide. On Sunday, the state reported a little more than 1,200 new lab-confirmed cases. The number of people hospitalized also dropped to just more than 900, but only 81% of hospitals submitted data. Let's look at counties now. Guilford County reports more than 5,900 cases. Forsyth County, more than 5,500. Alamance County, more than 2,600. We'll have another update and put the curve in context on WFMI News 2 at noon.
All right, we'll dive right back into our back to school conversation with a request for pictures. Stacey, tell us how people can send them to us.
Well, it's really easy. All you have to do is get out your phone, take a photo, and then text it to us. That number is 336-379-5775. And if you can't do that, you can also write to us on Facebook. We have a post already up, so you can just comment with your photo below. Also, make sure if you do send us a photo to be sure to let us know your child's name and their grade. And we want to talk about school traditions and that first day back to school traditions. Is there any way that you celebrate the first day, or maybe has that changed because of this year being dealing with a pandemic? You can let us know in the comment section below about your first day back to school traditions for your families. And while you do that, I want to show you some pictures that people have been sending in of their kids. I love seeing all of these. We'll start with Landon. He is starting kindergarten today at Simpkins Elementary School. Such a cutie. And this is London, a 6th grader at Southeast Middle School. And it's the first day of remote learning for Addie, who is a 2nd grader at Pierce Elementary School. Another one is Ashton, who is going to Western Alamance Middle School. And then Donna sent in a photo of Jasper. Jasper is starting kindergarten at Randleman Elementary School. And lastly, the Harpers are up early, entering 1st and 3rd grade with GCS. They are already hard at work, and I'm assuming that was their mom or somebody sent in that photo at 6:48. So they were up and studying and getting right into it really, really early this morning. So I want to know, guys, do you have any back to school traditions? I'm going to start looking on Facebook. The only thing I can remember is that we would always, have to dress to a T, because that's how my mom is, dress your best on the first day of school. And we always had to take a photo with the dog every time. But Tracy, what did you used to do?
Yeah, we took photos every year up until, my first day of college. It was just a tradition. And I look forward to doing that with my own children. Hopefully I won't be working though in the morning, so I can do that with them when I'm at home. But they don't start school for another year, so we'll put that off for a little while. I am excited about first days of school. That's always been a great time, even though it's going to be different this year. It's just kind of one of those things you still want to mark the occasion and take a picture, no matter if you're learning from home or if you are going into class. You just want to remember the year 2020, no doubt. Not another year like it, hopefully, for another tens of thousands of decades. How about you, Megan? What's your tradition?
Yeah, I mean, all I can remember really was just the feeling of excitement, and of course my mom taking pictures of us before we went to school. Back in my day, we had to wear uniforms to school, which I think in some regards made it easier, not having to decide what to wear every day. But our uniforms were always perfectly cleaned and pressed and ready for the next school year. And I just remember that feeling of being really eager to get to class and meet my teacher and see who else was in my class. And I hope that this year, despite all the changes, students still feel that sense of excitement on this first day of school.
First day of school, Ed Matthews. Has your nephew already sent you a picture? Or
Oh
is he
my
excited?
goodness. I tell you what, we have to get in a time capsule and go way back in time. But I do remember quite fondly, you know, my elementary school days and the very first day of school. It was very exciting. You know, quite often, even though I would see friends during the summer, it was like kind of a friend reunion, if you will, when I went back to school. Not only seeing friends that I hadn't seen over the summer, but meeting the new teacher and just getting involved in the schoolwork. It was really an exciting day.
You know, I get the sense that you feel it's your first day of school, Ed. Like you are just
Yeah.
as excited today as you were just a few years ago.
Well, I'm excited for our local kids.
Yeah.
I know that there has been a lot of work by the school administration and parents and teachers. And as I talked about earlier, you know, you got to have that can-do attitude. Everybody can get through all of these major changes. And let's make it a great school year here in the Piedmont.
All right, Stace, I know you've been looking at comments. Anyone saying any traditions?
Yeah, Sharia said a new outfit. And that's the only one I've seen so far. So y'all keep commenting and let us know. A lot of people are still talking about the first day of school, but hey, I'm right with you, Sharia. Always love the new outfits.
Yeah, and you know, school was just one reason to get a new outfit. I could think of a zillion others. Especially tomorrow, that would be nice. Like, ooh, how about a new outfit? All right, Ed Matthews, as we head to the end of our little program here, why don't you give us another look at the forecast?
Yeah, you know, just in the past 15 minutes that we've been together here on Facebook Live, clouds have really thickened up over Guilford County. I think this is part of those spritz and sprinkles that I talked about earlier on the Good Morning Show that moved through Yadkin County and then Forsyth County. And we couldn't rule out maybe a few sprinkles yet this morning, but I think overall a mainly dry day today and tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds. Now, the chance of an afternoon shower, not zero. There could be a very isolated one or two today and tomorrow, but note the low chances. Will be up about 84 today, 86 tomorrow. And then as moisture really starts to build again over the Piedmont by the middle and latter part of the week, say Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to increase up to about a 50% chance of those mainly afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Good news, though, we're going to hold the temperatures at bay. We're looking at mid-80s right on through the week. And I tell you, today and tomorrow, a great opportunity for the triad to really dry out a bit after all of that flooding rain that we had late last week.
This is my ideal summer forecast. Highs in the mid-80s, nothing too hot, sure, humidity, I get it, it's summer. But as long as those temperatures are out of the 90s, I'm just a happier person. So thank you, Ed Matthews.
You're quite welcome.
And thank you for joining us on another edition of After GMS. We'll have more great conversations tomorrow, especially the day after the first day of school, to see how everything went. Let us know. You can also text us your photos at 336-379-5775. Have a great day, everybody, and be safe.